Stillman Haggerty.
When were you born?
March the 19th, 1916. 15.
Where were you born?
Lake Charles, Louisiana.
Okay. Do you remember anything about your childhood? About going to school?
Yeah. I went to a big one room carried from Prima to the ninth grade. In one great big old building with 2 teachers.
Where was the school located?
Huh?
Where was the school located?
Lake Charles, Newton. They call it Newton. Branch out of Lake Charles.
Did you have to walk to go to school?
Sure. Yes.
When you look back at going to school compared to the white children that were going to school, were yours different?
Yeah, they rode the bus and we had to walk. We didn't have no bus.
Okay. When did you stop going to school? At what age?
At what age? They didn't teach no further than the ninth grade, and I must have been about 16 then.
Okay. Where did you start working?
Where did I start working?
Yes.
In a place they call Newton.
Did you work?
I better say Mouse Bluff.
Mouse Bluff? What age did you start working?
I never stopped working at noon. I worked all through. I worked all the time. I always have worked. Until I moved I worked in Lake Charles all my life till I moved to Baytown.
When you look back at life in Lake Charles in the South during the age of segregation, growing up, what was the difference between African American and white Americans?
Well, the difference between them?
Yes.
We were laborers and they didn't have to work in the fields like we did.
So you worked in the fields as well?
Sure. That's the only way they and them could make it. They call it sharecropping. So they'd work on the white people's land and share so much, of course. Huh?
Speak louder. Speak louder.
Okay.
Now, so your father, what was a sharecropper?
A sharecropper was planting the fields and things for vegetables and all the vegetables that we had. We then them planted the fields and we got so much was shared to us, to him, for planting it, cultivating it.
So did you work on a plantation?
No. Wasn't no plantation, it was a house. We had our house. And it was just land owned by the people that had farmers.
When did you move to New York?
During the, they had a, as near as I can remember, a ship that was going across the ocean somewhere to take laborers. And we went up to New York. Wait a minute. No, I met some people that came over the docks in Lake Charles, Louisiana, and their ship hauled cargoes, and they docked in Lake Charles. And I was driving a cab for a cab company, and we picked those guys that's on the ship that docked in Lake Charles and brought them out to the colored neighborhood so they could meet people. And
when you say colored neighborhoods, how were the neighborhoods different? Well, I understand neighborhood was segregated, white neighborhood and colored.
We had our own neighborhood. The blacks had their part of town, and they had theirs.
How was life in those neighborhoods?
Beautiful.
Can you remember?
We worked hard, that's all, and kept it going like we do.
Can you remember anything that was in the neighborhood that you had in that neighborhood? Can you remember anything, like any type of stores that was in that neighborhood, or?
Yeah, they had people that owned stores. They had stores right out of the neighborhood, the way you could go to the edge of the neighborhood and everybody made a shopping center. That's what they called it. 2 or 3 stores was
there. Okay, when you moved to New York, how was it different than living in the South?
Oh, a lot of difference. Because I moved in there. I went to New York. A ship docked in Lake Charles, and they had a black captain and Captain Mossack. I never forget it. And most of the stewards on the ship and everything, they were mixed race, but he was the captain of them. And he gave me a trip up there to New York.
And did you work in New York?
Huh?
Did you work in New York?
Wait, let me see. I must did. What did I do? Yeah, I worked in New York, Tajay. Let me try to think of what I did. Been back there, because Camden, New Jersey, New York, New Jersey was right out of New York. And the person that I met when I went to New York, I worked for them. I think they had a hotel or a room house, something that I worked in.
So were you a maid? Were you a maid?
A maid? Yeah.
You're the maid?
That's what I think. The Mango Hotel in New York.
And when you came back to the South, living situation, how was your living situation different from New York then?
You had more privileges in New York than you had in the South.
For an African American woman, what privileges did you have in New York compared to the South?
We had the pleasure of going to theaters and going to play different places that was interesting to go to.
Do you remember a theater you went to or a jazz club in New York?
That's when I said I was your age. I can't remember the name of the theaters, but we had the privilege to go places. Had our certain part of the buildings, but we had our privileges.
How was it in the South?
Concerning what?
The different places you could go to. Like, how was it segregated?
Well, we had our part of town there, but the race had theirs.
When you speak about migrating from Louisiana to Texas, what type of jobs did you have in Texas that you worked at here?
When I came here, I did maid work. My husband worked at a refinery when I moved here.
And what was your husband's name?
Raymond LeBlue.
Did you have any children by then?
Me? Charlie. Charlie LeBlue.
You remember? I remember you saying how Raymond was drafted into Korea. Can you explain how a person was conscripted to the war? Can you explain how he was drafted?
Oh, they were drafting everybody, all the young men. The army drafted, you had to go. At a certain age, you had to go. And I can't remember, that certain age was right in the teenage or right out of the teenage. I can't remember that part.
Do you remember when he was drafted?
Yes, so well. Charlie was in my arms.
And how old was he?
Charlie, about 2 or 3 months old when they drafted him.
And how old was he when Raymond came back?
How old was Charlie? I don't know, about 2 years old.
You said you did maid work.
Huh?
You said you did maid work. How can you compare your life to the women you worked for?
Well, people were very sweet and very nice. They were very nice. And is that what you want?
It's like, what stuff did they have that you could not have?
Well, we didn't have to make the money to have the stuff that they had to buy the modern things. We used the things that we had, old, whatever.
Like, what type of establishments were segregated? What types of establishments were segregated?
What type? Segregated. Every type. The colored live in their part of town and the white live in their part of town. That's how it was. Just like McNair in
So can you name a couple African American neighborhoods that you know of that used to be African American?
What?
Which neighborhoods were considered for blacks? The neighborhoods blacks used to live in. Can you name 2 of them in Baytown?
Can I name it in Baytown now?
Yes.
I didn't grow up in Baytown. I grew up in Louisiana. I came to Baytown when Charlie was...
Okay, during the Civil Rights Movement, can you tell me your life during then? Just go on and say it. Say wherever you want.
When was the Civil Rights? Yeah.
1960s.
60? Oh, Lord, how much I've been here. I moved here when Charlie was about 3 years old.
I know this could be a touchy subject, but I'm about to ask you, what type of violence then did the blacks face?
Violence? All kinds.
Can you name some that you might have witnessed or you might have heard of?
Well, we didn't seem like we had no rights. We didn't. It's like it.
You can say wherever you want.
Okay. Now, what did you ask me?
You say wherever you want.
Okay. What did you ask me?
Oh, what type of violence were put on, like, the African Americans face?
Oh, whatever or the other race wanted to do to us, we had to take it.
Can you name a couple of incidents? Well, can you name a name, whatever you want to talk about? Have you ever seen or heard of any incidents?
Yeah. We beat up the blacks like they wanted to.
Do you know anybody?
Nothing was done about it.
Do you know anybody that was beaten up?
There was always, oh no, not back there that long ago. But I do know blacks got beat up.
Did you ever see anybody get beaten up?
Did I ever see them? Yeah, saw a lot of them. Just like you see them jump out of the fire now. But they beat them. They didn't play with them. Jump out and beat them.
You can speak. You can say what you want.
Mm-hmm. A lot of it. Racial stuff.
You can say as much as you want on it about that.
I saw a lot of abusement to the blacks by the
Just say what you want. You can say it.
by the whites. They did the blacks like they wanted to. They beat them up like dogs, and you knew nothing was did about it. They had some good whites that didn't abuse us, and they had some bad ones that did.
When you was a maid, did anybody ever try to abuse you?
Mm-mm. Not when I was a maid. I just had to work like a dog. Do any kind of work outside on a bench they made and put tubs on it, and a big old black pot to boil the water, to heat the water for you out in the middle of the yard with a bench made with tubs on it with water in it. You use a rubber board to clean your clothes. Then you throw them, after you rub them, you throw them over in a tub of water, rinse all the soap out, and then another tub and rinse that out. Then you hung them on a line to dry. There wasn't no dryers.
Were there any white maids?
Hmm?
Did you see any white maids? Did you see any white maids?
Maids?
That were white?
No, I didn't see no. All the maids were black. All I saw.
How much would you get paid?
About $1 a day, maybe 50 cents. Do you know $1 would buy almost a bag of groceries during my time? 5 pounds of sugar was 5 cents. You know how many years ago that's been? How old am I now?
101.
All right, that's been when I was 17, 18 years old. So that's been that many years ago. Excuse me.
It's okay. How did the white families treat you that you worked for?
They treated me nice. I just worked like a dog. But you had to work. They put the work on you. And if you wanted to work, you had to do what had to be done. No, you wouldn't have a job. You know what? They had. You see how these people work outdoors fixing cars on a makeshift table. We had tubs up there. Packed the water from the pump. They pumped the water out of the ground. You had a big old bucket like that, and you go put it in the tubs. And that's where you rub your clothes. Had soap you rub on the clothes and then rub it on the rubber, what they call it. You clean your clothes, rubbing them on the rubber, then you throw them over in the next tub and rinse so in the next tub and get it all out. Be sure you got it all out. And hung them up on a line going across. They had clothespins.
Can you describe your employers?
My what?
Employers, the white people you worked for. What were they doing when you would clean up the house?
What were they doing? They were in their house or going to whatever they had to do. Whatever chores they wanted to do, that's what they did. I'd clean up the part of the house and then they'd go on back in the other part and get out of my way. As I cleaned, as they made it possible for me to go on to the next one. You talking about you going down in some bad, down in some low down stuff back.
Say what you want.
Okay.
If you want to take it from here. Say everything you want to talk about. It's you.
What kind of question are you asking me?
What? I just forgot what. When looking back now, from now, what stuff have you seen that you thought you would never see?
Oh, I can walk in and buy anything I want to buy, talk to whoever I want to talk to, and if you fault me, I can fight you back and nothing get about it. You curse me, I can curse you back and nothing get about it. We are treated as the other fellow is treated. The same thing the white can do, we can do it. And segregation, integration did that for us.
Were you happy about it?
Sure. Of
How was life during segregation?
well, we didn't know no better, but to take it like we found it. Mom and them had to live by the land. They had to plant fields and fields and get a certain portion of the food that the black families had to cultivate, had to keep it up. It was bad times there. Bad. Mom and daddies had to be out there in the field with a hoe, raking the big rows to plant corn and all that.
Okay. You like it? You like it?
What?
So I'm letting you know that this is gonna be posted so everybody can see. So whatever you want to say, I want you can say it right now.
Is what?
This is gonna be put on the internet for everybody to see.
Concerning what?
Whatever you want to say.
I don't know what subject you want me to.
Oh, it's about life during segregation, the segregated South.
Oh. Segregated South were like slave labels. That's what it was. That's all you can call it.
Right? Do you want to stop from there?